Hello everyone, welcome to LJ Spurs chat on the back of a great win. Spurs 4, West Ham 1. Spurs came from behind to thrash West Ham 4-1. Kudos give West Ham the lead after 80 minutes against a run of play. Goals from Kulu, Biss, Son and a Spigo own goal to complete a dominant display and to put to bed that capitulation against Brighton. Sully looked bright in his return from injury. Kulu was outstanding, deserving his man of the match award. The stats for the game, Spurs 4 goals to 1 obviously, 21 shots to West Ham's 11, 7 on target to West Ham's 4, 58 possession to West Ham's 42. Well, what can you say? It's a fantastic result. Even in the first half, and even when we went to goal down, I thought the Spurs dominated play. The movement, the interchanging was fantastic. But it's just the defending, isn't it? You just always know, you're sitting there with whoever you're watching it with, or you're at the game, and you just think we just got to get this goal because you know that West Ham or whoever the opposition are just going to go up and get a goal, and they poor defending from Udogie and an easy goal for West Ham, really. Well, to be fair, as I've said before, they didn't let it bother them, and they've come back, and I think that's 23 games now at home under Ange Postecoglou that we haven't drawn a game. It's just so open. But I've got to admit, I'm not going to moan. A lot of people are moaning, saying, "Oh, we're too open," which we are. Etc, etc, but it's just fantastic to watch. I mean, some of the football today, it's just a shame that in the second half, I think it was when I think Son played in Udogie, he didn't cross it first time, he checked back, he'd chip it to Porro, and a standing volley. What a goal that would have been. Some of the football under Ange, it's phenomenal. I know people say we're too open, we're defending, but it's a joy to watch. Being a Spurs fan for 45 years, this is what I want to see. I mean, my old ticker's getting a bit strained now, because they do worry me. But let's be fair, in all the league games, not the Europa League games, the league games, except that second half against Brighton, they have played some good football today. And it's been a joy to watch. I'm not going to slag Ange off. And I think Vicario only had to make 2 saves all game. They're not letting in as many chances. They're still letting chances against them, but let's put the hand on the heart. Some of the football that we're playing under Ange is fantastic. It really is. And we haven't seen that at the Lane or the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for many years, so I can't grumble. I'm well happy with that result. How good was Decky today? Since he moved into that central role, he has been outstanding. We all knew he was a good player, but we was all moaning, including myself last year when he was put on the wing. Oh, he ain't got the pace, he looks like he's running in treacle. But when he's in the middle, he hasn't got to rely on that pace, has he? He is so skillful, and he was absolutely outstanding today, and deservedly got his man of the match. But the thing is, you're going to have to play him in every game, even the Europa Leagues, because he's that important to us. What were the main positives for today? Well, Decky, as we just said, good to see Son back. Didn't do much in the first half. The second half, I thought maybe he had a kick up the arse, but he looked like a bit of his old self. The goal was decent after. It's about the usual 15 step overs, what he does. Madders going off was a surprise to me, because I thought he'd done all right. But we've all moaned in the past about Ange not making substitutions early enough or to impact the game, or not having a plan B. Credit where credit's due, Ange. he made the substitution at half time, actually before half time, because as he's walking off, I don't know if you see it, as he's walking off down the tunnel towards the break, he's saying to himself, "You're on next." And that substitution, it just worked a treat. So, hands up, fans, you made a change. You made a change early. It was a plan B. It was outstanding in the second half, Spurs. And fair play to Ange. You've got to give it when it's due, because we're quick to criticise. The only thing is now, do you lot think that he will play two CDMs most of the time again, or just against quality opposition? It's a difficult one after seeing that. I think against Palace, I would be tempted to do that. I mean, admittedly, Maddison didn't look happy on the bench, but I mean, you're not going to be if you're hooked. I mean, I just assumed that he had a knock because I thought he'd done okay in the first half, but fair play to Ange, he saw it. He saw the problems. They were getting through us too easy in the midfield. Sarr gives you that energy, and he helped Basuma out. And I think it worked well. It did, didn't it? Well, it did work well, didn't it? Because he's got 3 goals in however many minutes. So that his own substitution is going to give him his own headaches now, which is better than having no headaches, I suppose. Sarr hasn't been that good this season, in my opinion, but today he was absolutely fantastic. Lovely ball through to Son for the goal. And Son didn't do much in the first half, but the second half I thought he was back to his old self, taking people on. Obviously got the goal. Richie looked good when he came on. Solanke obviously didn't want to come off, but he was absolutely knackered, wasn't he? Pressing. And then Richarlison, to be fair to him, sometimes the ball's like a hot potato with him, but it stuck today, and he was just as good as Solanke's. I'm hoping that Solanke being there will make Richarlison up his games, try and get a start. If I had to put a bet on it, I'd say he'd start against AZ Alkmaar on Thursday night, I think it is, in Europa League, Richie. No negatives really, just I suppose the defending, but yeah, the goal was poor, but they didn't give many clear-cut chances away. I think Vicario made one save, was it? One good save. Kudos, or whatever his name is, sending off, 100%, mate. You know, Mickey uses his head there, doesn't he? Because he grabbed him by the chest, because he knew. You raise your hands to the face in any way, you're off. So that's a red card. Got no sympathy for the bloke. Wouldn't have made any difference anyway. So yeah, all in all, it's going to be a short one today, but I thought it was a great performance. Even when West Ham scored, I thought it was against a run of play. Some of the football was outstanding. The 1-touch, 2-touch movement. I'd like to see Johnson carry on his streak, but I thought he played well. Solanke, would have liked to see him score, but I think he played well. I mean, move on to the Europa League next week. I've had a bit of quick homework on the old AZ Alkmaar. They sit third in the Dutch league, 5 wins, 1 draw, 2 defeats. But in the Europa League, they sit 18th. Admittedly, they played a game less, but they lost 2-0 to Athletic Club and won 3-2 against Elfsborg. So that says to me they're not a great team. So we can afford, hopefully, to make a few changes. Who'd I like to see in that? I think I'd like to see Mikey Moore start. I think I'd like to see Richarlison start and give Solanke a rest. I'd like to see Archie Gray actually in the central position, starting, because he hasn't had that chance yet. He came onto that left back, so the beautiful bit of skill in the box. My heart was going in again, but I'd like to see him in the central midfield. But I'd imagine he'll be put in the left back or right back position, and I'd imagine Bergvall will start in the centre. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd like to see us put a full strength team out, go 2 or 3 out and then put the players in, but obviously Andrew's got his own views on that. Maybe he wants to win as many games. Well, I'd like to win as many games as I can before putting the kids in, but I do understand his thinking. And then I think it's Palace next. And I would actually play Basuma and Sarr against Palace and drop Madders, which is a bit of a harsh one. As you can see, Madders didn't look happy on the bench, but is he a victim of the formation or... Oh, it's a difficult one for Madders. He didn't look happy on the bench, as I said, but and he didn't actually do much wrong, but there was no protection there. Was there nothing at all? So it'll be interesting to see what Ange does against Palace, actually. But I'm really happy. I mean, as I said, in all the league games, barring the second half performance against Brighton, we've done well. We've played really well, and it's a joy to watch. We're quick to criticise, especially in this day and age of social media and all that. But you know, sometimes you've got to sit back and go, do you know what? We're actually doing all right this season, and if we can get another run going in the league, we'll be up there. Not many teams are playing against us. Obviously, they're going to get their chances, but I think offensively, some of the football is mental. It is great. It's the Spurs way, as we always call it. Before I finish, I'm going to have to do my thanking to Liam, because he's our sponsor for this channel. Bear Plumbing, Heating and Tiling. Bear Plumbing provide all services from boiler breakdowns and new installs, from dripping taps to full bathroom installs and all types of tiling, small or large. He's based in Shefford in Hertfordshire, which is just outside of Hitchin. If you contact him on 07881 288 747 and use the code LOU, that's LOU 007, you'll receive a 10% discount. Thank you, Liam, so much. We really do appreciate it. But so, as I said, I'm going to keep it short. I think that everyone played well today. I think it's going to be a 7.5, 8 out of 10 performance today from Spurs. If you want to pick at things, I'd say I'd like us to go for the 5th and the 6th. I know Sonny at the post, which would have been 5. Because I don't like it and I don't feel comfortable with this team, with this system, when we do try and sit back and take the foot off the gas. But I suppose that's only natural. But yeah, I thought we outplayed West Ham today. And to be fair, we outplayed them last season, didn't we? But we lost 2-1 at home. And when we went a goal behind, I was thinking, oh God, here we go again. But I was always confident that we'd score. And I think it was not till the 37th, 38th minute when West Ham rolled or played a ball out from the back, which is which says is testament to us with our pressing game today, because under the West Ham's new manager, they are a possession-based team. They like to build up from the back, but up until that 37th, 38th minute, we forced them to go long. I mean, the pressing was outstanding today. And how many times, again, we won the ball in the last third. You know, we have improved from last year. There's no doubt about it. We have improved. If I'm nitpicking, the only moan I'd have today was, I think we had 12 corners in the first 38 minutes. We didn't make anything of them. A few people were saying, oh, Madders has got to improve his corners. I think there was 3 corners where, if they were poor corners, they would have just gone right over, right out for a throw-in, or right over, out for a corner. But his 3 ones that I can remember were all deep to the back posts. So I can't see him over hitting it or hitting it in the wrong direction. He must have put it in the area for those amount of times for a reason. So maybe they can have a look at that, you know. It's easier to say to players a few negatives when they've won, because you haven't got a right go into them, have you? Right go at them. But yeah, the movement today, the passing, the movement, the pressing, I thought was outstanding today. and we done today what we should have done at home last season to West Ham, to be honest. So it's good, yeah, it's good. And if any of you have got any other comments or views, especially if you don't agree with what I've said, please let me know. And we'll see you on Thursday night after the Europa League. Please like and share. As I said, it's I'll be honest with you, I'm more on Facebook now, Facebook Live, because YouTube are giving me a load of headaches. So we do a live after the most games now. So, you know, feel free to join me on that. It's Louis Joe Turner on Facebook. But yeah, let's share and keep this thing going. And at the moment, it's looking positive, isn't it? Come on, you Spurs. Have a great weekend, everyone.